You know, sometimes I think we have a tale of two cities in this country. If you look at the national economic news, in the first quarter of 2019, you had more than 3% GDP growth. It was just announced today that in April of this year, the month that just ended yesterday, 275,000 private sector jobs were created nationwide, beating estimates by a tremendous amount. And things are going well economically. A lot of that has to do with the fact that at the federal level, we lowered taxes. Who knew if you let businesses and individuals keep more of the money that they earned, the economy will boom and jobs will be created? It sounds very simple, but we don't do that here in this state. So with the backdrop of that good national economic news, we have a controversy, I guess you'd call it, in this state related to a cartoon, the Simpsons cartoon, the longest running show on television, the longest running scripted show on television, mocked upstate New York. And, I have mixed feelings about it. On the one hand, I don't want my fellow New Yorkers to be mocked, and there are good people around this state and great people upstate, of course. But there was a lot of truth to what was said in that Simpsons mockery of upstate New York. The potholes, some of the problems that we face with opioids and other things. And there's a lot of economic decay upstate. Some of the regions upstate haven't recovered from the crash in 2009, which is now 10 years ago. Pretty amazing. And a lot of the policies that we make here in this capital that are driven by New York City and the southern part of New York State really have negative impacts. They mock the fact that there are potholes, and everybody agreed that there's a pothole problem. Well, it's very expensive for a municipality or a county to fix the potholes. You know why? There's a lot of reasons, but we make it so expensive to do any kind of construction project. We make it too expensive to, renovate a school. We have a prevailing wage law, for example, which some are looking to expand, which would be devastating. And what might work in New York City doesn't necessarily work in our smaller upstate communities. Prevailing wage might be great for New York City. In many upstate communities, you can't even find a contractor willing to do a job for prevailing wage because they don't have the support staff to do all the paperwork and all the compliance and everything. We talk a lot about the scaffold law. Guess what? The scaffold law increases the cost of everything we do. The Tappan Zee Bridge, sometimes called the Cuomo Bridge, costs $200 million more because of the scaffold law, which is a crazy law. 49 states don't have it. We do have it. It's driven by trial lawyers who want to sue people and get big recoveries. And what it says is if there's an accident on a ladder at a job site, strict liability for the employer or the property owner. Even if the employee comes to work drunk and falls off the ladder due to his own negligence, the boss is still to blame, the property owner is still to blame. And there are 1,000 policies like that hurt the state overall, but they really hurt our smaller communities. New York City is a metropolis going back 200 years. It's a financial capital, it's a media capital, it's a tourism capital. They can withstand those kinds of bad policies and keep moving forward. Upstate communities have been hurting for more than a generation now in some cases, cannot withstand those bad policies. We need better policies out of here. Governor Cuomo, he knows he's going to lose upstate when he runs for re-election, so he doesn't really care about the people up there. So in a way, I'm happy that the Simpsons kind of exposed the fact that he has major problems in his state that he's been ignoring. He's been in office now for 10 years. He's thrown tons of tax dollars at hand-picked companies. He's done a lot of central planning. It's not worked. It's time to get back to what we're doing nationally. Let the people who earn the money in the first place keep more of it.